Hi, I'm Frankie, and in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can build anything in Microsoft Azure step by step. I'm going to go through a document that will give you those steps to build anything. It's practical and helpful, and if you want this document itself, you can find it in the Azure Innovation Station online community at azureinnovationstation.com/community, where the motto is to learn Azure, build skills, and ultimately solve problems. Now let's get into it. When you have a project that you're going to build in Azure, anything you're going to build, you need to make sure you're aware of what the problem is. Define the problem. What problem does this project solution solve? That's what you're building, a solution. That will be a project in Azure that you're putting together. What impact is this project going to have once it's completed for you or for the business, right? You don't want to build something that's not going to be very helpful. You don't want to build something just for the sake of it. A lot of businesses will have many different applications and solutions, and not all of them are necessary. It's bloated in terms of these extra applications, these extra things that don't really create great impact for the business. What is the priority for your business, and does this project, this solution you're going to create, this thing you're going to build in Azure, is it high enough priority that it even warrants you building? You might be on a team that wants to build something, but there might be something else that is a higher priority for your business. You want to make sure if you're going to go build something, is it high enough priority for you as an individual or for you as the business? Once you have a problem that you know needs to be solved with a project solution, you know that this solution is going to create impact. You know that it's a high enough priority. You need to just define the target and how you'll actually build this project solution. So first, what are the core requirements to build this solution? You don't want to think about all the extra features. It's easy for people in the technology industry to think about some sort of solution and get excited about all those crazy different features. Instead, you want to focus on the core functionality. There's lots of software products out there with lots of features when most of the features don't get used. Only the core features to help people solve a specific problem are used by most users. So what are those core requirements that you're going to want in your project solution? And then you're going to ask, how do I actually build that solution? What is the solution architecture going to look like? So you'll think about how you can use the different Azure services. Maybe you need to upscale, but once you have an idea of how you'll actually build the architecture just to meet those core requirements, you can move on. You can think about how am I going to deploy this? You as an individual or a team, what are the tools and services we need to deploy this solution, and then later to update the solution, right? What does my automation and CI/CD look like so that I can make quick updates to this and make sure that I have a great, fast feedback loop. Later on, how are you going to manage? How are you going to monitor? How are you going to keep it secure and make sure only the people who need to have access? How are you going to manage the solution? What tools and services are you going to use to manage and monitor this solution? You need to have all of these things down, which is your overall target on how you're going to build this project solution in Azure. Once you have some of those core requirements, you're aware of the architecture, how you're going to build, deploy, manage, you can create a timeline. And you'll start with a POC to ask yourself, is there aspects to this project solution that I need to validate first just to make sure that the solution is feasible? There might be complications that you need to make sure are possible, and that is your POC. Once you're sure they're possible, you know that the solution can be built, you can move on to an MVP, your minimum viable product. And what is the smallest usable version with all the core requirements that you can build to create that minimum viable product? You don't want to get lost building more features when all you're supposed to be focusing on is that core requirements for the MVP. You'll probably get feedback from people, small, either internal users or trusted customers that you have for your MVP to get fast feedback and improve it to eventually get to production. you'll want to create a timeline. How long do I think it'll take to complete this overall project solution? So you'll have a timeline for the POC, a timeline for the MVP, and an overall timeline for production. Production is where you'll have all environments in place, all of that security, monitoring, everything in place to make sure you're able to market it to the public. You'll need to define the tasks that it takes to get to each of these, right? What are the tasks that are going to be necessary as you go to build this solution to complete my POC? The proof of concept might require specific services, specific tools that are necessary to link together to even show the feasibility. You need to segment those into smaller tasks, and you will decide as a business or an individual, if you're building this project solution, if you want the tasks to be large, where there's not very many, or if you want them to be very granular, where there are many tasks. That will be actions that need to be taken to get progress to the eventual project solution. You'll ask what tasks need to be completed to meet the core requirements after the POC to make that MVP. And finally, what tasks are needed to be completed to complete the overall project solution after the MVP. So those are all the tasks that you're going to need to have so that you can then next track progress. You're going to want to track progress to make sure you're getting there. As a business, you're probably using Agile, Scrum, Kanban, something that your overall team can use to make sure you're getting fast feedback and taking the right actions so you can track the tasks that are occurring to eventually meet your timeline and complete your target, the overall solution. And how are you getting updates in order to track your progress? This is important. This might be different for every individual in a different business. Developers might be tracking their progress daily. Managers or others might be tracking it more infrequently, weekly or monthly. And when you put all these together, you put together what my dad calls the 4T method, where you need to define a target, which will be your project solution and what you're building. You'll define the timeline to build that target. You'll define the tasks that are necessary to build it. Ultimately, all those different aspects, the POC, the MVP, production, what are all those granular steps? And then you'll track it. Track your progress for each task that will eventually help you get to that target. Any business can do this. The 4T method is helpful in order to help you as an individual or a business achieve your goal in building anything in Azure. But if you can't do it on your own or you just want to go faster, I can help you. I can offer you custom guidance, training, and insight based on your specific project solution. I did this already, working at Microsoft. I am an Azure MVP now, and I was a full-time employee as an Azure expert working with enterprise companies to help consult them on projects that they're working on to help them be successful in Azure. I've done this with countless companies, and I can do it with you too. We can work together, we can be flexible on how we're delivering this, make sure you get quick guidance on your project solution to help you stay on track and meet your company goals. A lot of projects, in my experience, can get delayed and take way too long, but it doesn't have to be that way. Not with the right tasks in place, the right tracking, and the right accountability. We can help keep your project on time. Bringing someone like me on would help eliminate confusion for the project design. If you need Azure expertise to make sure you're building the right solution right from the very beginning, it reduces costs by bringing on an Azure consultant for a one-time project as opposed to bringing on a full-time employee that then has to upskill. You've got to pay them year-round. It can be much more expensive doing that versus just hiring someone like me for a temporary period of time to help you with your project. And overall, bringing someone like me on with my expertise, it reduces time for you in the business to help your project get delivered. If you're interested in this, there's a link in this document, which is in the Azure Innovation Station, and also in the description for this YouTube video that you can apply to, and we can have a conversation about this. If you're an individual with a project solution, I can help you as well. You can get clarity on how you're building it, what you're building, and how I, as an Azure expert, can help you. We'll have one-on-one calls to make sure that you are building the skills you need. You can get updated for all of the Azure information that you need. Building these skills helps you become more valuable for your company and your future career as you build this project solution. I'm here to help you. With me working with you one-on-one, I'll eliminate confusion for you and overwhelm for you to be unsure, so that you're not unsure of all the different things you need to think about in building your project solution, because I've been there and I can help you. Working together, we will reduce the future tech debt for your solution by building it right the first time. And this also reduces time for your project delivery with someone like me working with you. It'll be much faster with me than without me. If you're interested in this as an individual, you can apply for the Azure Mentorship Program. You can join the Azure Innovation Station community to get access to this document. And the link for this will also be in the description for this YouTube video. Overall, this is how you can build anything in Azure. Use that 4T method. You create that target. You create that timeline. You create the tasks and you track it every step of the way. If this video was helpful for you, I'd appreciate if you liked the video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this. And as always, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.